He actually stopped breathing.
That information is pending.
Do you know what time he was removed from the building then, from Paisley Park? Do you know what time he was removed?
15:39.
That's when he left Paisley Park to go to your place.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question over here?
Yes, my question is for the sheriff. WCCO radio. Was there any extra people brought in because this was Prince, or any extra deputies or anything like that different because it was Prince?
There were a number of people that started gathering across the street very early, as well as media. So yes, we certainly did bring other people in to help from a crowd control standpoint and to assist us with that. As far as from a scene processing standpoint, it's a very large area, Paisley Park is, so we had to bring a couple extra people in, and that was part of the reason also for having Hennepin County assist us with that.
Yeah, search room to room, is that what you're talking about because of the building side?
Yeah, the building is pretty big.
Sheriff, what are the surveillance cameras at Paisley Park, and do you have them?
That will be part of the investigation. I don't want to comment on that right now.
Sure. Does it appear that he used the elevator because he felt he was about to pass out or was unable to take a stairwell? Did he have access to stairways, or was he getting on the elevator intentionally?
Yeah, he certainly does have access to stairways. Paisley Park, again, is a big place, and I don't think it would be unusual for him to use the elevator. The staircases are pretty long, so I don't think that would be unusual. If that's why he took the elevator or not, I can't say.
The ground in the elevator that he collapsed inside the elevator?
Yes, he was collapsed inside the elevator. That is correct. I haven't been over. Okay, go ahead.
Do you know when the last time he was seen alive, and at what point he had retired for the night at the house?
The information we have right now is that he was last seen about 8 o'clock Wednesday night.
Where was that?
At Paisley Park. She had been dropped off there.
Just a question, have you met Prince before the mayor or the sheriff would like to answer? And if so, what was that interaction like if you had met Prince before?
I did meet Prince, but it wasn't in my capacity as mayor. When I was in business, I had the pleasure of riding in an airplane with him. Our plane was waiting for departure, and there were 2 seats in front of me waiting for, they were empty, and very soon after that, the stewardess escorted Prince and a member of his entourage. So that was the only time I had an encounter. I didn't greet him, hello, and but as mayor of Chanhassen, I've never had a reason to or occasion to meet him.
Sheriff? And we would see Prince from a law enforcement standpoint occasionally. He would have concerts at Paisley Park, and we would help with some traffic assistance and those kinds of things. He lived in Chanhassen for a long time and had 2 different residences that he lived in, not counting Paisley Park itself. So he had been a long-time member of the community and really a good neighbor for everybody.
Sure. Have you talked to his personal doctor?
Sir.
You said there's no reason to believe this was a suicide. Is there any reason to believe that foul play was involved?
We have no reason to believe at this time it's a suicide. The rest of it's under investigation.
Sure. Have you talked to his personal doctor, and couldn't a lot of this questions around medication be cleared up by talking to his doctor?
That's going to be part of the investigation, as we'll certainly have contact with any medical personnel that he's had contact with.
So again, have you talked to his doctor?
This investigation is 29 hours old. Our investigators are currently working on it. I have not talked to them in the past however long, so I don't know specifically who they have talked to and who they haven't at this point.
Do you know what floor was the elevator on? You will be speaking with? Did he have multiple?
I don't have that information right now. I don't know. He was on the first floor, whoever asked that question over there.
Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any rumors that you'd like to dispel at this time about the nature of his death or any part of the investigation?
There have been so many rumors I've read about. I don't know if I can dispel all the rumors that are out there. And no, I mean, this is under investigation. And, this is under investigation. So.
One more question. Was a search warrant issued?
We did do a search warrant, yes. And that is also would be normal protocol. Paisley Park is very large. It's hard to say who had control at the time or who could have given us permission to process that scene. So we just thought it would be safer and better for us to get a search warrant on the front end to do that. So yes, we did get a search warrant. The search warrant has not been filed as of yet, and will be filed in the next, probably the next week and a half or so.
So the request that you made, what was it for?
To process the scene at Paisley Park. or process here at Paisley Park, and I don't have a copy of that search warrant in front of me.
Well,
So,
the representative from the medical examiner's office, I want to ask you, the procedure you follow, there's different offices do different things. Some offices sometimes release some initial preliminary information that has nothing to do with the toxicology test. For example, that might give you an indication how long he had been dead when they found him. Are you going to have at least a preliminary report on some initial information before we get the toxicology thing, or is it going to?
The short answer is no. The explanation is that we are here in the capacity of serving the Carver County Sheriff's Office as part of their investigative team. And so we will complete our results, and on behalf of the Midwest Medical Examiner's Office, the office will not release any information until our results are complete. It is determined by the sheriff what his office chooses to release, whether it is preliminary as it comes in or when it is complete.
His body released to his sister Tina Nelson, that's his only full blood relative left?
His body was released to his family.
So to be clear, do you not have a preliminary cause of death, or is it bringing up knowing for sure?
Our results are pending.
What do you expect the timeline to be for your report?
It could be days, depending on the type of test, and most likely weeks to have the complete set of results available to us, and that's when Midwest Medical Examiner's Office would release it.
Sheriff, how many investigators do you currently have looking on this case, and how many agencies are looking to approve it?
we've got, 3-4 agencies that are working on this, and I've got a number of detectives that are working on it. This is a very large, let me rephrase that. This is a high-profile case for us, but the county continues, life in the county continues to go on. And there's also other cases that we have that we are currently working on. I'm not sure exactly how many detectives I have working specifically on this case right now.
Your question on this.
Yes, ma'am.
So the plane landed in Illinois, we know that. When he refused a room at the hospital, as the reports kind of indicate now, are you looking into anything, was there anything unusual at MSD or wherever he landed that you can talk about or that you know about?
I don't know anything. I know as much about that currently that you do from reading the paper.
And I can address that for
So,
a moment.
okay, thank you.
So again, I'm speaking on behalf of our Chief Medical Examiner, and when we say that we're going to be doing a complete exam, that not only includes the present state of the body that is brought to us, but also the medical history of the individual, the family medical history of the individual. So those types of things will be encompassed in the medical examiner's report that will be delivered to the sheriff for his investigation.
And which would to include reaching back to Illinois to the Quad Cities.
It will include his medical history, his social history, and his family's medical history as well. Sir. I would assume that they would request them as part of this investigation.
Yeah, between us and the medical examiner, absolutely. Yeah. We do have access to those.
How long the BCA know when you went to investigation at all?
At this point, we have not reached out to the BCA for assistance with this.
Is the Prince family cooperating with this investigation? Are they pretty willing in helping? I talked to a couple of family members yesterday, and they said they're trying to keep a lot of things kind of quiet. Are they working with you in any way? Or?
Yeah, I've had contact with Prince's family and Prince's representatives, and they have been very cooperative. We haven't had any problems with that at all.
When you say no obvious signs of trauma,
Yep.
what does that mean? Because what would be a sign of trauma? Like, what is it that you're clearing?
Well, a sign of trauma would be some sign of violence or something violent had happened. There was no sign of that at all.
Sheriff, what happened to Paisley Park? Does he have a will?
That will be up to the estate. I'm not privy to that.
I see a question in the medical examiner.
Hang on one second.
How long will the sheriff's office maintain a presence out at Paisley Park? Have those roadways closed? And there's no, how long will crowds be allowed to gather outside of the complex?
We'll allow crowds to gather as long as they're on Paisley Park's property there. And correct, yeah, that's part of Paisley's property there. And we'll allow them to gather as long as Paisley Park's okay. We'll reevaluate that until Monday morning probably anyway and see where we're at and what's going on there.